Hi everybody, welcome back to AskAJ. I am AJ Hanna from Symphony, and we talk about artificial intelligence, intelligent automation, and RPA here. You know, I'm not generally one to do New Year's resolutions. I'm recording this in the early spring, and I'm the guy who makes the resolution to lose weight, gets the gym membership, and then after 2 or 3 weeks doesn't go back. Sorry to say. But one of the resolutions that I am making this year is to try to spend more time reading, both professionally and personally. I love to read and always find reasons not to, but I've really endeavored this year to make sure that I am expanding my knowledge in many different ways. And one of my focuses this year from a professional perspective is to try to gain a better understanding of where artificial intelligence is and where it is not. So I've completed one book, I'm in the middle of another, and I have another one queued up. The first book that I've read this year on this subject is Architects of Intelligence by Martin Ford. Now, many of you will recognize Martin as the author of Rise of the Robots, a very important book that came out a few years ago and really helped guide some of the conversation that we have today about the effects of intelligent automation in the world. This book is very interesting. It's not a narrative, but rather a series of interviews that he does with some of the most prevalent minds in artificial intelligence today, from places like MIT and Stanford, Berkeley, Google, Facebook, and so on. Martin basically asks all of them very similar questions about where they believe the technology is today, where it's going, and what are the socioeconomic implications of the advancement of artificial intelligence. If for nothing else, it's fascinating to see how these experts vary in their opinions on when general artificial intelligence or AGI, artificial general intelligence, might come into existence. Again, it spans everywhere from within the next decade to the next 100 years. So interesting to see how these people who have dedicated their life to this study vary in their perceptions about where things are and how quickly things are going to develop. The book I'm reading right now is one that I've actually had for a little while. This is from Harvard psychology professor Dr. Steven Pinker, called How the Mind Works. Frankly, I've had this book for a little while. I've started it a couple of times and struggled in the early stages. I think I've been aided by reading Architects of Intelligence, partly because the recognition that so much of what is informing the science of artificial intelligence really comes out of a study of the way the human mind works. And so Dr. Pinker talks about the computational theory of human intelligence, of the human mind, and speaks to the ways in which our mind and the way it interprets and translates information is similar to the way in which we're trying to further the study of artificial intelligence in the business world. It is a little thick at times for me, but I'm benefiting from the effort. The next book I have queued up is called Deep Medicine. It's by Dr. Eric Topol. And as most of you know, I have a great interest and fondness in my heart for the healthcare industry. This book talks about the ways in which the healthcare system in the United States specifically is using machine learning as a way to try to improve the patient experience and to provide clinicians much more time to interface with their patients as opposed to doing administrative tasks and rework. As you know, that's a position that we hold here at Symphony and that I hold personally, that intelligent automation offers the healthcare industry, especially health delivery, tremendous opportunities to allow clinicians to spend more time with their patients and less time doing administrative tasks that they find themselves doing very heavily today. So that's where I'm at today. We won't talk about my personal interest. I'm sure most of you don't have any interest at all in a biography of Cecil B. DeMille, although many of you may know he directed the famous Ten Commandments movies, movies. And so if you have books that you're either reading or have read that you think I should add to my list, please feel free to drop me a note. You can always send me an email at askaj@symphonyhq.com. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel at AskAJ, or follow me on Facebook and Twitter and leave a note in those notes at AskAJ Hanna, no H on the end, and we'll talk to you again next time.